All right. Hello, welcome back. It's been a while since I've done a live stream here in the Way Opens community. I stopped doing these weekly mindful meetups because it seemed like it wasn't meeting people's needs. And but now that summer's here and I've got a summer schedule, I thought it would be nice to stop by once or twice a week for a few minutes. If you want to join me for some mindful ease and taking a little break, that's what we're going to do. Sometimes we'll meditate, sometimes we'll do some simple movement. Today we're going to be playing with breathing and the process of opening and closing, expanding and contracting. So if you're here live, it would be wonderful to get a thumbs up, say hello, make a comment in the comments thread. And if you're watching this as a recording, because it'll be available in the Way Opens community as a recording, you can comment then too. I hope that your summer is starting off well. As you can see, I'm a little red in the face. I managed to get out to the beach on Memorial Day and totally forgot after 2 days of 50-degree weather in the rain that I really should put sunblock on. But I was happy to be in the sun, and I noticed that in sitting at the beach and really being grateful for the warmth and the sunshine after 2 pretty miserable cold days, that my body just opened up, just without me even trying. That's the response, isn't it? Oh, warmth, bring it on. So I brought a toy today to kind of demonstrate what we're going to do. I'll lead us through a few minutes of mindful breathing and releasing in the body, but this is one of my favorite things, one of my favorite objects, the Hoberman sphere that expands, whoa, way out. Hello, Facebook friends, and way in. So sometimes I will use this. It's kind of too big for this format, but sometimes I'll use this as a way of connecting to my breath. So I'm inhaling, exhaling, breathing in, breathing out. And this process of in and out, expanding and contracting, rising and falling, it's sort of the hallmark of the breath. But we also tend to tense up, pull in, or expand out. So let's start right now with taking 3 mindful breaths, and then we'll come back to sitting. And I'll say a little bit more about releasing tension in the body. And then we'll put the 2 together and have a time of breathing awareness and releasing tension in the body. So let's start with 3 mindful breaths. We're going to breathe in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. On the out breath, it's a good time to relax the jaw. And you might feel on that out breath how the whole body then just kind of settles into the seat. So letting the breath return to normal for a moment. And feel the support of the seat you're in. If you're standing, you can feel the support of the soles of your feet against the ground. If you're sitting, the major connection will be through the backs of the thighs and the sitting bones, and you can shift your weight side to side in your seat until you feel like you're balanced evenly between right and left. You can rock back and forth, front to back, until you find center. You've got 2 little round bones called the sitting bones that are shaped like the rockers on a chair. They're not flat. They have that kind of round pointiness. And see if you can feel where you are on your pelvis. Hi, Wendy. Thanks for joining today. So just shift your weight side to side, front to back. You might even want to make some circles. If you practice Kundalini Yoga, this should be familiar, but just finding where are things most easily centered? Where's the least amount of work for your back and your neck in particular? And feeling your feet on the floor or underneath you somehow as part of that balancing. So we're going to actually start with some tensing of the body and then letting it go. So we're going to actually start by lifting the shoulders all the way up to the ears. Don't hold your breath. Keep breathing while you do this. Hold, hold, hold. And then on an out breath, let it go. And then now we're going to bring your arms forward, nice stiff arms. Bring those very stiff arms up above. Lift your shoulders. Tense your neck. Keep breathing. Don't hurt yourself. Just feel this reaching as tension, and now let it go. Now we're going to try something different in that arm reach. So instead of stiffening the arms, I just want you to maybe rub your hands together to feel a little heat. Then place them on your lap. Sorry, you can't see my lap here, but place them on your lap. And now, as we're going to reach overhead, breathing in, and as you breathe out, just let the hands float up. Your arms are extended, but they're not stiff. And reach overhead. You're going to keep your shoulders relaxed. Reaching up, reach up. It's a stretch, but you're not hyperextending your elbows. You're just stretching the sides of the body. Breathe in and bring them back down on the out breath. So there are two basic ways to release tension in the body, and one is to be really tight and then collapse, and the other is to use the breath as a way of letting go. So for example, if you bring your shoulders up like this, you could just stop the lift by dropping them. And some people even push down, which I don't advise because it just doesn't feel so good. And it's just tension in a different direction. This way we're breathing in. Take a nice big breath in, and then as you exhale, imagine expanding the shoulders out on the out breath. Good. One more time. Lift the shoulders up and don't collapse, but as you breathe out, letting the shoulders find their full width. Keep playing with that. See if you can feel the difference between just collapse and directing ease, directing release in the body. We can do this with the breath as well. So let's play with how we're going to breathe. And it'll help if you put one hand here on the chest and one hand on your belly. I'll move out a little bit. Maybe you'll be able to see better. Let's try that. All right. This chair has wheels and a mind of its own. So, okay, there we go. Now I'm stable. All right, so here we are, and in fact, you can play with just receiving your own touch. So let's inhale, exhale, and on the exhale, relaxing into feeling, just feeling the contact of your hand at the heart center and on the belly. Now, with eyes open or closed, whichever is easiest for you, we're going to begin breathing deeply. So not so deeply that you get dizzy, but just choose to take in a little bit fuller breath so you can feel the movement here in the torso. You can feel what's moving. You can feel the expansion of the ribs on the in-breath. You can feel the expansion of the abdomen, perhaps, also on the in-breath, and then it drops back down on the out-breath. That's because your diaphragm is shaped like this dome kind of shape, and when we inhale, it descends. So my forearms out to the elbows are like ribs. And as I inhale, my ribs expand, and the diaphragm moves down toward the pelvic floor. On the exhale, it goes the other way. The diaphragm tucks back up into our ribs. And that's why the belly moves in and out. It's moving out of the way of the descending diaphragm, which is right here in the middle of the torso. So you could put hands on the sides of your ribs if you wanted to. Take a breath in, feel that expansion. Put one hand in front, one hand in back. Put the back of your hand against your back. Feel the expansion and the release. And on the release, letting everything come out wide. So we're not inhaling and exhaling, but inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Good. With eyes open or closed, just sitting quietly for a moment now, letting the body breathe in its own natural way. Perhaps lightly noting expanding or widening as you breathe in. Releasing as you breathe out. Expanding or opening on the in-breath, releasing, letting go on the out-breath. Now I chose the shoulders because this is a common place for us to carry tension, and we often have an automatic lift, part of the startle reflex, happening in the neck and shoulders. But you may have another place in the body that could benefit from breathing in and thinking expand and open, and release, contraction on the out-breath. Even if it's a place in your leg where you don't feel movement with the breath, sending the thought, widening, opening on the in-breath, expanding on the in-breath, easy release on the out-breath. Directing the release, using the power of the breath, the rhythm of opening and returning, expanding, releasing, opening, releasing. Thanks for joining me today. Have fun noticing the times that you expand and the times that you release. Link it to your breath and see what happens. Have a great day. See you next time.